right, guys, welcome to the podcast. We're on episode 2 now. I would say the first one went pretty good.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good turnout. I think we got up to 6 viewers last time on the live stream, and then I think right now we're about 45 views on YouTube.
Not bad for our first podcast.
Not bad at all. So for everyone that watched, thank you for watching, and I think for the people that I talked to personally, they said they enjoyed it. So,
And if you're new, make sure you like it up and subscribe.
Subscribe to Brandon's channel and then go subscribe to mine. It's just my name, Aaron Klein. That's good. I think everyone watching this knows me, but if you don't, I'm Aaron Klein,
Brandon.
and we're your host for this podcast. So,
We got to figure out a name to call ourselves.
Hey, we've talked about this before, but if you guys do have any ideas of what we should name the podcast, let us know. I think we're gonna try to stick around the area of gym talk as we named our podcast last time, but
Yep.
we are going to talk about some other different aspects of what the gym and life around the gym does consist of. So that's what we're gonna focus on today. But before we go into as the video is titled the 3 E's that I've gained from my personal experience, and I've also been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, and I think those are some important topics to talk about. So we'll get into those later, but first I want to update everybody on exactly how my training's going, how many days I got to my actual meet itself, and just everything around my training and Brandon's training too, because he's also training with me. So
Yep. I got a question for you on that topic, actually.
all right, let's hear it.
So why did you choose powerlifting over any other type of lifting competition? Like, did you just think powerlifting was what you wanted to do?
So you mean like
Bodybuilding?
bodybuilding?
Like, yeah.
Okay, well, I would say there's 2 reasons to why I chose powerlifting, and I've had people ask me before, like, dude, like, you could definitely do bodybuilding, and no, I if I put my mind to it, I could probably do it, but I feel like for bodybuilding, that'd be a lot more work for me because I'm just like, my body build is not meant to be a bodybuilder.
And it's completely different training.
It's way different training. Like, bodybuilding's more of like higher reps and stuff. Like, you obviously do different things.
Yep.
And I think bodybuilding it doesn't even revolve around the 3 lifts that I train for powerlifting. I'm not going to say this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure bodybuilders kind of focus on machines more than they do.
They don't focus on the 3 main lifts.
Yeah, and I personally what I enjoy the most is I enjoy doing those compound lifts. I don't enjoy,
Yep.
I'm
the same way.
The little things I'm not gonna call them dumb, but all the little things that they do. But why I chose it, I'll get into that. Okay. I would say, honestly, I just want to push myself to see where I can get in powerlifting, because I've been told multiple times, like, I honestly think, and I'm not going to hype myself up and say like, oh, I'm this big strong guy, but I've been told by multiple people, like, hey, you're strong, and I think in a sense of that, being told I'm strong, I'm gifted in a sense to where if I do train towards powerlifting, I just started doing it, like, seriously training probably around 4 months ago. And with the way it's going right now, like, I honestly believe sky's the limit, like, for what I can do. Like, obviously I'm not, around like a national champion level right now. And do I really expect to get there? Maybe.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. Like in these next couple of years, do I know? Because I know to get up to those numbers of being an international, like, a champion, like, that's a lot of time. The people that are champions put in a lot of work, but like right now, I just want to like push myself and see where I go. And speaking of time, I just said I just started training, like, seriously. I'm on a powerlifting schedule for about 4 months now, I would say, and I just got a memory on my phone of a year ago, and it was of me squatting 385 for 2, and it wasn't very pretty. Just this past Tuesday, I was working for a top set of 1, and I ended up hitting 4.6. What was it? 4.63 or was it 4.68?
I think it was 468.
It was 4.68,
Yeah.
and I honestly probably could hit that for 2. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
like
I agree.
it felt. That
I was
smooth.
there, and I can totally agree on that.
It felt that smooth to where I feel like I could have hit it for 2, and that's, you gotta think, that's an 80-pound like increase in a PR of 2. Just a guesstimate, because who knows if I would have got it. I think I would have, but that's about like 80-90 pound increase in a year,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of weight. Like 80 pounds, 90 pounds is a lot, and that just shows you like if you put your mind to something, like, and if you take it serious, like.
Yeah, honestly, I've been only working out for like a month right now straight consistently, and I feel like the weights, like the numbers aren't there yet as I want them to be, but I like my body feels like the strongest it's have been.
For sure.
And I've only been doing like your powerlifting training for like what, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, about.
And I feel way stronger than I did a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you want to get into powerlifting, I think I said this on the last episode. Like, just get into it. Like, anybody can do it. You don't have to be strong to be a powerlifter. You don't. Just the community of powerlifting itself. Because I watch a lot of YouTubers on YouTube. Well, duh, that's where the YouTubers are. But I watch a lot of videos, and just like everyone says that the community for powerlifting is just like, it's a great atmosphere. And like the gym I go to right now, like it's just like it's the best atmosphere I've had in a gym anywhere. And there might not like be a lot of people there because most of the time I'm there, like no one's there. But like the atmosphere of that gym, just knowing that there's such strong people that go to that gym and just go and work their tails off there, like it just makes you want to go in there and get your job done.
Right, like another thing about like I watch people that lift quadruple times. Like you lift so much more weight than I am, and that like motivates me.
Exactly.
And like powerlifting is like you watch people lift heavy weight, and that makes me think like, oh, I want to lift heavy weight too. So I want to get into powerlifting. Like I've been thinking about doing the meet in April, and I really think I'm going to. I'm like 75% right now. Like I really want to, and that's just because I'm watching you lift heavy weight, and like that motivates me. Like lift them new PRs like every couple months, just gets me so hyped.
Dude, like,
and I love it. I just love the atmosphere of powerlifting.
And I won't say I'm an influencer. Maybe like a little bit, but
you're motivating me to
as a powerlifter, and like honestly, like my goal right now is I'm listening to these podcasts and I'm just trying to. I enjoy them, number one, but number two, like probably even more important, why I listen to the podcasts I listen to. I'm trying to learn, and I just want to be a good leader. Like, and I think if you're a good leader, like like it just takes you in the right direction in life in general. And as a powerlifter that wants to be a good leader, some people just go in the gym and they just want to lift big weights, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's what a lot of powerlifters do. But like me personally, I want to be a leader, and I want to, help people. It's just one thing, and like just helping one person out, like that makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like I did my job. So like Brandon saying that, I motivate him and I'm helping him out right now, like it makes me feel like I'm doing my job. And it's not that I want to do that, but I do want to do that, but it's not that I'm exactly trying to do that. It's just I want to lead through example, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Like I'm following in your footsteps, and you're teaching me the right ways to lift, and I think it's just making me a better person overall too. Like lifting is just not like lifting big weights. You can learn so much more in life than just lifting weights. I mean, you can just go to lift weights, but I feel like the gym and lifting heavy weight just teaches you so much about life. And like working out with someone, like I wouldn't necessarily call you a trainer, but like you teach me all the stuff. So like technically you would be my trainer, but
I just try to help you out any way I can.
Yeah, and it just makes us closer together. Like before we started lifting, we barely ever talked, and then now we see each other almost every single day.
Mm-hmm. That's
for multiple hours a day.
Too. Like I guess you could say, like to summarize what you're saying, like the gym's more than just lifting.
Yeah, it's more than just lifting to me.
It's
maybe lifting to other people, but
yeah,
it builds brotherships, bonds that you can't replace.
I've said this before. I've met so many people from the gym.
Yeah.
and like it's continuing to happen. Like it just shows like the gym itself, like even through lifting, like there's so much more to the gym than just the lifting aspect of it. Like the energy in it, like the friendships you gain from it, the family feeling you honestly get from the gym. That's like it almost feels bigger than the lifting aspect itself. It really does. It really does. But you wanna give them a little update on how both of our uh, training days have been going over the past week or two? Because I don't think we didn't really hit over that last week, so we can kind of tell them where we've progressed over the past week or two.
Um, in the past week, I've gained over 20 pounds on my squat just from doing the training that he's been teaching me. So I went from 250 max on squat to 265, so like 15 pounds. Well, it was 248 before, but like 15 to 20 pounds I've gained in my max in just over a week. That's it. So that's how you know that his training is going. He's doing the right stuff because I'm doing everything that he's doing, and I gained almost 20 pounds in 1 week on my squat.
And I could tell like over this past week, week or two, like your passion to be in the gym has grown a lot too.
Yes, I just never want to leave the gym. If I could go to the gym 24 hours out of the day, like I watched this podcast, the Noke Boys, you know them.
Yeah.
Salim's goal is to be a professional golfer, and he said that he could be in the on the golf course if they had lights for 24 hours a day. I feel that same exact way about the gym. Like right now, I just never want to leave the gym.
Yeah, I think later in the podcast too, that's something we're gonna hit on with the three E's that we're gonna cover later. That's something we're definitely gonna talk about more in depth. Yep. With just passion towards anything in life. Like this podcast is more than just talking about how much weight do you lift. I kind of want to help people out if they're struggling with something. And I think even this podcast talking about these important things that can even help me myself, and saying that and just installing it into my life.
Like us talking about like what motivates us. Maybe you guys can take it from us and go to the gym and feel the same way eventually.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this, like leave it. Like if you really feel like there's something we missed or there's something that just like hits you, and you're like, okay, this should definitely be said. Like don't be afraid to comment. Like everyone's looking for help. Everyone's looking for help. I don't care who you are. Like you're looking for something. Yes. That can push you to the next level. You should never be okay with just being stagnant at where you're at right now. So is that all you had to say about your training? If you're done, I don't want to interrupt you, but if you're done, I'll explain what's been going on with mine here.
The only one bad thing about my training right now is my back. I'm trying to, like I said in the last podcast, I'm trying to get it healed, but my deadlift will be getting higher soon.
We're definitely gonna work on that.
Yep.
Definitely something we're gonna work on. All right, so now I will cover my powerlifting meet that is coming up here in my training. So my meet from today is 23 days away, and that is crazy for me to think about. It is absolutely nuts. I'm going to go. Did I cover the story last week of how I signed up for the meet? I don't think I did.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the story real quick of exactly how I signed up for this meet. Okay, so I've known about powerlifting for a while now, and I wouldn't say like I knew about it, but I knew like of powerlifting. I think I got introduced to powerlifting by YouTube from Ryan Dangler, if anybody knows who that is by chance. But I watched videos of his, and he's the one that kind of introduced me to powerlifting, and I started to look into it a little bit more. I would say even like not a year ago, but like almost a year ago is when I started to look into powerlifting meets. After like football ended, I was training just for the fun of it, but I was training to get stronger, but I was just training for the fun of it. And then I would honestly say the time where it hit me, where I was like, okay, like maybe I should do powerlifting, was on vacation this past year. I went on vacation, and at that time I was really into I was really into lifting, and I was so dedicated to going to the gym that I woke up I think it was at 6:30 every morning on vacation to go to this gym. That's probably one of my favorite gyms I've ever been to. This gym I went to, it was called Iron Legacy. It used to be a Gold's Gym down in Myrtle Beach, and dude, that just made me like, I was like, dude, I just want to go to this gym. Like, I wish I could go to this gym for the rest of my life. Like, it's just rustic. It's like the definition of go in and do your work. Like, it's amazing. And I think like when I was working out there, I was like this is like this atmosphere. It feels like you just want to get stronger. And I was like, okay, I want to do powerlifting, dude. So I go home from vacation and I go back to work, and I worked at a pool over the summer, and I was sitting in a chair. Sorry, excuse me. And I was sitting in a chair, and I was looking at meets. I've been looking at meets probably for 2 weeks before I was sitting here this day, and I text my dad, and I'm saying, if I were to sign up for a meet, would you guys go? And he was like, yeah, we would definitely we would go. It's just you have to let us know when we do it. And I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna finally make the move of signing up for a powerlifting meet. And I did it then and there. I literally like it was a split decision. I was like, okay, like I've been looking at powerlifting meets, like I said, like 2 weeks prior, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. So I signed up for a powerlifting meet, like just based off my emotions of like, oh, I'm ready to do it, and it was the best decision I've ever made.
And now here we are. How many days out we got?
23 days, dude.
23 days.
I think when I signed up for it, I think I was at near 140 days away.
Time's flying.
And now I'm at 23. It literally feels like it was like a month ago where I signed up for it, and we're already at 23 days. Like, I swear I just started my training like just recently. But no, it was 4 months ago. It's nuts. Like,
so do you think you're feeling the strongest you've ever felt like in your whole lifting career?
for sure, my numbers are the highest they've ever been. I will say that like there's times where I felt looser, like my body's felt looser, but my like technique and my strength is at like
An all-time
an
high.
all-time high right now. Yeah, all-time high. It's I'm right on track. Like for my first meet, like to be able to go in and hit some numbers that I want to hit is a big deal for me because I'm gonna set that bar so high for me on my first meet that I'm gonna know the next time I'm training for a meet, I'm gonna have to go even harder. Like I'm training so hard right now that it's like if I set my numbers at this like spot right now, the next time I'm gonna train, I'm just gonna absolutely have to work my tail off, dude. Like it's gonna be. I'm excited to get my numbers. Like I know I have a meet in 23 days, but I'm excited for the meets after that already because I know I'm gonna do another one.
Right, like after this meet, I bet that you'll probably do 10s, 20s, probably you might even make a career out of it. I might even make a career out of it. I don't even know yet,
That
but
would be sweet. I would love for this podcast or my YouTube to blow up, and
I just think once, like, even I'm going to the meet to watch him lift, and I just think once we get in there and we see the atmosphere, we're just gonna want to keep going at it and be like, oh my god, I love this place. I want to come here all the time. I want to be able to do meets 3 times, 4 times a year, something like that.
yeah, I've never even been to a powerlifting meet before, so that's like it's gonna feel so surreal. Like to be at your first powerlifting meet as one of the lifters is gonna be like crazy. I think it's gonna feel like a football game.
Yeah, the adrenaline's gonna be going. It's gonna be,
The smelling salts and everything.
dude. The adrenaline for me is gonna be going because I'm gonna be fucking cheering you on. And
Yeah. Like I think for you, like you're gonna be like, oh, I want to be in this spot one day,
I
and
wanna
you're
be in the
gonna
spot in April.
you're gonna be, yeah.
I think after I see this meet, it's gonna make my decision on if I want to do this meet in April or not.
I think you're definitely gonna do it.
I know I'm gonna want to do it too.
We get to travel 3.5 hours away, so we're leaving Friday night. It's on a Saturday. We're leaving Friday night to go up there. I have my family and then some of my friends are coming with me, and I'm just like, I'm excited to go have fun. Like, it's just gonna be fun to kind of get away from now.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun regardless of the meet or not.
Regardless of the meet, I think it's gonna be fun to go like to a hotel and just chill and have fun with friends and family. We're gonna go to dinner, I'm sure. Hopefully, we can go to dinner after the meet and celebrate a nice medal on my neck.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping. I I'm gonna be realistic here. I'm gonna hit on this, and then I'm gonna tell you some of the numbers I've gotten, and then we'll get into the. We might stray off to something else before we get to the other topic. But um, I there are two sessions to the powerlifting meet. There's a morning session and then there's a afternoon session. I'm in the afternoon session. It starts at 2:30, and I have to be at weigh-ins at 12:30. And there's two flights to the session. So there's flight C and D, I think they call it. I'm in flight C, and they go by first names. So you know what that means?
First lifter.
My name starts with two ways. I'm the first lifter of the afternoon. So I think whenever I get under the bar, dude, because the squats are first. Whenever I get under the bar, I need to set like the tone.
Set the bar high.
I'm
and
the
good,
tone.
I think one good thing about lifting first is that you don't have to like be like, oh, this dude lifted so much weight.
Yeah.
I hope I can lift that much weight. Or like you get your mentality just goes to shit because you think you can't lift as much as someone else in your weight class. So since you're lifting first, you can set the bar high, and then the other people might be thinking that and be like, oh, they mess up on a lift.
Yeah, it's kind of a make it or break it situation, and like you said, that is true. That it's a good thing to be able to just worry about yourself as the first lifter. The negative part to it is that,
you don't know how like
to base my lifts. Like
Yeah.
let's say I'm really close with somebody in the meet to like place for a certain spot. Because I'm going first, I can't really base my lifts. Like, let's say I was in third place and I wanted to get in second. Let's say I was 5 kilograms behind. I wouldn't be able to help that because I'm first.
Yeah, you already did your lifts.
That's the only bad thing. But at the same time, I'm not really worried about that. I just want to. It's my first meet. I kind of want to ease myself in, but at the same time, like I have that kind of a personality, and I guess you can call it ego. We'll get into that later. As to where I want to win. Like,
Also, another negative about doing first is you don't know really how the judges are gonna judge you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I do plan on going down early to watch the morning group because I'm assuming there's gonna be the same judges, so I'm gonna go down there in the morning and
it's a good strategy.
See what their commands are to try to base what I'm gonna do. So yeah, there's bads and there's negatives to what I'm doing, but at the same time, I just have to go in there and do my thing.
You go in there and do 3 successful lifts for each lift.
Yep, it'd be nice to go 9 and 9. I don't play as long as I go 6 of 9, I'd be okay because I do want to push myself on that last lift to try to hit a big number. But if I get my first 2 lifts like
pretty
white
good
weights, I'll be good. Like I'll be fine with that.
So if you're saying is if you get the first 2 lifts go good, you're going for that big number.
I'm going for the big number. Yep. It's like on squat. I'll just give you an example. On squat, I'm probably gonna open up with. I'm thinking about. Dude, it's the protein shakes. I'm thinking about going probably around. Obviously, it depends on how I feel that day, but I'm thinking about going around 430 for my opening lift, and then making that jump maybe like to 470, and then feeling how that if that 470 feels good, maybe however that feels, maybe make that 500-pound jump. Like I want to hit 500 so bad. Like if I hit 500 at the meet, that
would be insane.
Oh my goodness, dude, that would be so. Like the first time I ever squat 500 at the meet, and literally my first meet, like that would just be crazy. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go over my numbers real quick, and then we'll get into the other topic. Just this past week, I hit I'll go the week before. The week before, I did my top doubles, and I ended up on bench. I did not do deadlift. My deadlift's not very good, but I don't want to go heavy on deadlift because I don't want to
conserve your back. Yep.
Yeah. Deadlift's a very tricky lift to do because you can't go heavy or else there's a good chance you hurt yourself. But on bench, I hit 303 for 2 as my top 2. That's comp bench and everything. It's with a pause, keep your butt on the bench. I hit 2 on that, and then on squat I hit 443.
On what?
On squat
Squat
for 2. I think it was 443,
So-
445.
somewhere around there.
440. I think it was 445. I hit it for 2. That was last week. Just this past week on Monday and Tuesday, I did my top singles. I did bench first. On bench, I ended up hitting 320 for 1. That's huge. That's
New PR, right?
That's a total, that's a brand new PR. The most I've ever hit before was 315 on just a normal bench, not even pause. So to hit 320 on comp bench is huge. Whenever my old PR was 315 on a really crappy attempt at just a touch and go bench. So it was huge to do that. So that's a huge, momentum booster for me to go into my training throughout these next couple weeks into the meet. On squat, also a huge momentum booster. I hit 485 on squat. I did not expect to hit that this early. I guess you could say in training. 485 is 4 25 kilogram plates on each side, which is just, I think that's huge. For me, that's a huge accomplishment. So that was a huge number to hit and a huge confidence booster for me leading to these next couple weeks for training. And 23 days away. Next week we got another week of top singles, and after that I think it's time to start resting a little bit and conserve my body and my energy for the meet itself.
And a good thing about doing top singles, right before your meet, you're hitting a hella PRs and your numbers are going through the roof right now. That's how the training is going good and you're not doing something terribly wrong. You could obviously fix stuff. Anyone can fix stuff in lifts,
sure.
But that's how your training is going good when you're setting PRs literally a month before your freaking meet.
Literally every week.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's I would say for the people that are watching visually, but I'll try to explain it in words too. My training I would say it kind of went like this. It kind of went, I was going uphill. Then I would say I was going pretty good straight up, and then I kind of I wouldn't say plateaued, but I went kind of straight here, and then just this past 2 weeks, I've went straight up. I just something just turned on in me. I don't know what it was, but I felt a lot stronger these past 2 weeks, and that's exactly what I need at this time. So it went perfectly.
And it motivates you too. If you say you didn't get a PR or something, that could really hurt your mindset. So it's a good thing that you hit those PRs, and
sure.
It'll really motivate you going into the meet.
For sure. So is there anything else you want to hit on our training?
No.
Any questions or anything? I don't think there's anybody watching, so I don't think we got any questions.
Rhea here. What up?
What's going
Welcome
on?
to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. So I think we can move into our next subject that we have here. I just wanted to hit on these 3. I don't know how long we're going to talk about this, and then I'm sure we're going to end up branching off into something else, but
Yep.
I wanted to kind of talk about the 3 E's that I have listed down as ego, energy, and excuses. Now, I think each of those can be looked at. I think excuses is just, that's plain negativity, but I think ego, mostly negative. There is some positive to it, I believe, personally. And then energy, I think that's just something that I think we talked about that a little bit last week, but I kind of want to go into a little deeper into that. So I have some questions and some topics listed that I just kind of want to, go over and, talk about a little bit. So I think the first thing that can kind of sum all these up is I think we should ask ourselves what makes us get up every day? There's something something's pushing you every day, whether it be the gym or something else, but what gets us out of the bed every day that makes us want to drive and just go work?
Honestly, I think what gets me out of bed right now to this day, obviously I love going to the gym, so that's one of the reasons, but I just think any day could be your last day, so I want to live my life to the fullest. If today was my last day, I think I had a pretty good successful day because I went to the gym early in the morning and I had a good day. So I think the fact that any day could be your last day is probably the reason why I want to get out of bed and try to be successful as much as I can and leave my mark on the earth.
I'll say that, I mean that's a really good point, and I think our day was pretty successful besides the lottery tickets. Oh, dude, oh my goodness. I mean, hey,
These
50,
bad boys.
50
Three
bucks,
three winners out of 9 tickets.
$50. But hey, that's
Besides that,
besides that, we had a good day.
I low key forgot about that. But
hey, that's a good thing. Block the negative part.
Besides that, I
Hey,
had a good day.
it was fun. Okay, that's my main thing for doing it. It was fun doing it. So
Yeah, like if you gamble with money you can afford, it's fun.
this is
But like
if you can't, don't
obviously
do it.
if you lose it's not
It's
not
not
good.
fun.
But like
If you don't have the money, don't do it. Like
yeah, we don't recommend gambling.
Gambling's so bad. Don't do it.
We don't recommend it. I've lost
Don't do it.
too much money.
It's not worth it. I do it. I shouldn't do it, but don't gamble, please. Don't gamble. But
Getting off of that topic.
What gets me out of bed every day? I think Brandon really did put it into a good perspective of what exactly should get you out of bed every day. I think like just simply for me, it's just like I want to go out through my day, and I want to look for something for me to get better at every day. And I think if you put your mindset to that you're waking up and you don't look at school as dreadful, and you don't look as work as dreadful, and lifting as dreadful. Those are the three things that kind of like my life consists of. So like this is honestly how I put my mindset to make my day not seem like, oh my goodness, like I go to school. I'm going to school to get my job. I'm going to get better. The gym, I just like the gym, but I'm going to get better. And then I'm going to work. I'm making money. I'm making money to pay my bills. I'm making money to buy things I want. So like there's not you have these things in life, and obviously some of them suck, but at the same time I think a lot of people need to focus on the positive of things. And when a lot of the world is focused on the negative so much right now, where we need to more look at the positive side of things. Like it's like I said, like you're going to work, like you don't want to go to work every day. Yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, like you're making money. Like
you're waking up, be like, oh, I'm about to make this amount of money today.
There's
Let's
probably
go.
people that wish they had your job. You know what I mean?
Right.
Making the money you have.
I just want to make the best of my life right now, because like a couple months ago, my mentality was not like that. I was sleeping until 4 p.m. and I was like, nah, I gotta do something to better myself. My health was getting bad. Like I was getting chunkier, fatter, and I was like, no, I gotta change. So like I wake up at around like 9 a.m. every day now. It's still not that early, but like it's early for me, and I feel like waking up that early now just makes me a healthier, happier person. Like a couple months ago, I wasn't very happy, and I was sleeping until 4 and going into work, coming home, and then staying up all night, literally laying in my bed the whole night on my phone. And then now is my life is completely different from what it was just 3 months ago. So like your life can change at any moment, at any time. So I think don't take life for granted, because you only get one of them. So wake up, do the best you can every day, and try to be as successful as you can.
Yeah, it's just I think we can kind of like put that into like life is short, and like in perspective you put it in, it's like just like these past couple months it's felt like a week to me. And that's like, with that being said, you should go throughout your days and go throughout your life, just go on the gas pedal full. Like have your foot down on the gas pedal like fully. Like go like 100%, because I know if you don't, you're gonna regret it. There's like it's like I go back to football too. In high school, I wish I would have put my foot on the pedal a little bit more, like fully.
Oh, me too.
In football, because I really don't think I did. Like I think I could have done so much more throughout my high school like career, and I didn't.
I think I wasted 4 years of lifting in my high school career, because I was cutting reps, cutting sets, never took it seriously. It never really focused while lifting. And my numbers showed. My max bench stayed the same literally 4 years in a row. And I was doing not just football, but baseball workouts too. And there's no possible way my bench would be that low if I took it seriously. Like my numbers could be through the roof right now if I took it seriously all throughout those years. So I just think don't take any month, any day, any time for granted, because I regret not working out seriously for those 4 years, and I also regret like those couple months ago, and it was probably like 6 months that happened to me a couple months ago, and I wish I could take all this time back.
Yeah, and I think with that being said, in high school, I think a lot of I think we can say a lot of people in general in high school, their passion for high school was sports. That was that was everyone's passion in high school. They wanted to be that person that was good at their sport, and that's what a lot of high schoolers put their all their work into, is that their sport. Like I spent more time with my sport than I did my schoolwork. I did fine with my schoolwork in high school, but my passion was towards football itself. And I think in life, moving forward right now, and this can say, like, I'm gonna put it into a whole perspective instead of just looking at myself to try to prove a point right here. But if you're doing something in life right now that you're not passionate about, why are you doing it? I honestly feel like you're just wasting your time if you're doing something you're not passionate about.
I agree.
Don't do something that you're just gonna waste your time doing that. Like if you're at a job now, don't get me wrong, guys. Like don't take this as go quit your job just because you don't like it. Because I mean, like, as me and Brandon,
You're
right
making
now,
money.
you're
So
making money. Like for me right now, I'm not going. I can't like go work my dream job right now because that's what I'm like working towards for college right now. So technically, I am working full heartedly and being passionate about getting my degree towards college to be a physical therapist because that's what I want to do. But like if you're working your full time job and you're not passionate about it, why are you doing that? You go chase your dreams. Like don't waste time doing something that is useless. Like don't waste your time.
right.
That's and that all like connects to what we said. Like you should like don't take it for granted. Like don't waste your time and your days doing something that you don't love.
And if your dreams like some really hard thing that you don't think it's possible to do, anything's possible to
Chase
do.
after it
You
still.
literally just have to put your mind to that and chase that, and it'll work out. I promise you.
Obviously, what's going on, Cujo?
What up? What up, Cujo?
But honestly, it's like it's kind of to a point. You keep it realistic, obviously. Like, don't if you want to be a YouTuber or you want to be a social media influencer, like I say, go for it. Like, dude, like try it. But at the same time, have a plan B. Like, you know what I mean.
You know, it's
But
one.
go for it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah. One thing about like anything, it's just consistency. You gotta be consistent about what you want to do. Like upload if you want to do like a YouTuber, upload a video like 2 videos a week or something. If you want to be like a gym person, a trainer, you gotta stay consistent and keep going to the gym to see a lot of results. Like most of the stuff is being consistent, but like you just gotta put your mind to that specific thing that you want to do and just be consistent and just do the best you can, and I guarantee you'll be able to do it and be successful with it too.
Yeah, it's a lot of people look at this and they'll say, I want to do this, but you're not working for it. So why waste your time saying, I want this, I want that, I want to do this,
I
want
want
to do
this,
that,
but it'll never happen.
but
I
it'll
want
never
that.
happen. Well, good job. You just put that negative, mindset into you. Good, like don't. That's the worst thing you could do as in life is put that negative mindset into yourself before you even try to go succeed in what you want to do. So if you want something, you're not gonna get, dude. Nothing's handed to you in life. Nothing is handed to you. If you want something, go work for it. And I'm 100% positive. You go work for something, and you get what you wanted. That's gonna feel a lot better than what it would if you just got it handed to you because you worked for it.
And like saying that, like this other person that we've been lifting with, he always like I can see that he always says that, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Like he's already lost the set that way. Like you gotta look at the weight and be like, yeah, I'm about to lift this easily. And I told him that I was like, you can't tell yourself that you can't do it because you can. Like it wasn't heavy for him either. And if you just put your mind to what you're doing, you can do it.
It's mindset.
Everything's mindset. You gotta have a positive mindset to have like successfulness. Like negative mindset, you'll be in the dumps.
You have to be positive and you have to be aggressive.
Just that simple. If you have negative, and then not even that, if you have a positive mindset, the people that surrounds you will have a positive mindset. If you have a negative mindset, the people around you will have a negative mindset. So it's always good to surround yourself the people that have positive mindsets. I believe.
For sure, it's like I said earlier. Like my goal is to I want to help people out. So if I'm surrounded by people, I want to have that kind of mindset and kind of work ethic that I'm going to install it into someone else by them just being around me. I don't want someone to dread coming to work out with me at the gym. I don't want someone like to dread that I'm going to be, I don't want someone to be like, oh, Aaron's going to be there. That's terrible, dude. I don't want that.
Or, oh, we got to do this lift. I don't like this lift. I don't want to do this lift. Like, you just got to be like, okay, we're going into this lift. I'm about to lift this weight so easily.
It goes towards anything in life. It's just you want to have that mindset. Just go in and get it done. Like go in full force and get it done. And that's like you don't want to surround yourself by people that are like that. You know what I mean? It's just
that just brings you down, your mental state down, and eventually you'll be just like them and be like, oh, I can't lift this weight.
It's like so like I can tie this all together. So people with bad egos. An ego is just a bad thing. A bad ego is a bad thing to be around. It's people people go into something and they're like, they think they're all. They think they're the center of attention. They think that they're the top of the crop. That's not something you want to be around. You want to surround yourself by people with, I guess you could say a good ego. You know what I mean? Yep. I'm gonna go and like I'll even say personally, like I have an ego, and maybe it's a little bit bad, like by me saying like, okay, I'm gonna go in and I'm lifting the most weight, but at the same time, my goal with this kind of ego where I'm gonna go in and lift the most weight is that I want people around me to feel that sensation that they want to try and get to where I'm at, and that's my goal for them too. Like, dude, I would not be upset at all, Brandon. Like, for you, as an example, if your numbers ended up being more than mine, I would be stoked. Like, that's like, I want to try to use my ego to push other people. Now, don't get it bad. I'm not saying, like, use your ego to make, because, like, if you have a crappy, like personality and your ego's bad, then, like, that's a completely different thing. But if you have that kind of, like, if you install that kind of energy in people, like, follow me, you know what I mean? Right. That's like the kind of energy, like, follow me, like I want you to succeed, and that's like kind of good.
And the thing is, like, I'm like on the opposite, not the opposite end of that, but like I'm watching you like lift all these so much heavier weight than me, and like people would be like, oh my god, he's too strong for me to lift with. Like, no, I love, like, I love when you lift heavy ass weight, because like I hyped this guy up so much. I love seeing him lift heavyweight, bro. And I just think him lifting heavyweight makes me want to lift heavyweight. Obviously, if I get close to your numbers, I'd be stoked.
I'm all for it, dude. And that's like, and then we'll go into this. So we're at ego, and then we'll go to the other one here real quick. That it's like what we're just talking about is like energy. Is there's good energy and there's bad energy, and like what we're just talking about is like, I think we kind of even like touched on it a little bit already too. Is like, you want to surround yourself with good people with good energy, and if people have bad energy, you just want to,
your energy goes down with theirs.
It goes with them, and that's if you're surrounded by people with bad energy, you need to get away. Like, don't surround yourself with people with bad energy.
And if you are one of those people that have bad energy, you can fix it. You just gotta keep a positive mindset. That's all.
And there's nothing wrong with. Now, obviously, don't have bad energy. But if you do have bad energy, yeah,
you can fix it. You can fix it. Yeah.
People like myself, like if you have bad energy and you fix yourself, I'm more than willing to like welcome you with open arms again.
And like if we can tell that you're trying to fix it, like obviously it's gonna take some time because like if you had like a negative mindset your whole life, it's hard to just switch on a in one day. Obviously, it's gonna take some time to eventually get up to that positive mindset. But like if you're working hard and we can tell, like if say you had a negative energy, but like I can tell that you're working hard, like your hardest you can to be positive. I support that 100%.
Yeah, it's like it's earlier, like it's you know it's having that passion towards having that good energy. It's like that's the passion towards what you want to do. You know what I mean? Oh, what's up, Seth?
What up, sir? When y'all gonna let me lift with you?
Hey, Seth.
Shit.
As long as you have good energy, I'll lift with you any day of the week.
Oh yeah, dude. Seth, I know you be grinding at the gym. When I was in Onyx, he be going every day.
I miss you so much, Seth. I love you so much. So like I guess it's kind of like this is kind of like a metaphor I wanted to use and I guess it can kind of relate to energies. Like I want to be that person in some. I don't want to say I want to be that person, but I want to be that kind of person in someone's life where it's like you walk into a movie theater, and I heard this on another podcast, and I think I was like, this is a really good thing to say. You walk into a movie theater, and you have your flashlight on. You know people hate that. Like,
Yep.
don't have your flashlight on in a movie theater. But at the same time, all eyes are on you. So like, I want to have like all eyes on me, and that positive energy. I want people to be like, yes, let's go. Like Aaron's here. Like I want to be that light in that movie theater. I want to be that light in someone's life. Is honestly like what that means. Like I want all eyes to be on me because I'm helping somebody.
And you definitely my eyes are on you. Pause, but my in the lifting scene, definitely you're that type of person for me at least.
Well, it's like I'm doing my job then, you know. I kind of wanted to touch on motivation a little bit. And I guess we can kind of tie this with excuses a little bit, where motivation comes in. But for people that have excuses, that's even worse than having bad energy or bad ego.
Because an excuse is basically
Quitting.
you don't want to do it, but you're complaining about how you can't do it when you can.
I'm gonna keep this nice and short on excuses because I think I just think excuses are it's an easy subject to kind of understand. Don't make excuses. There's either two ways that you can think on something. I'm gonna make an excuse and I can't do it, or I can do this and get better. Excuses are not the way to go, and people with excuses have bad energy, bad ego. It's all three of them tie together in a bad energy type of way. So excuses, there's no reason for an excuse. It's that excuse should be substituted with I can do this instead. I can like if you're like I can't bench 225 because this. Oh no, I'm going to bench 225 and I'm going to do that by doing this and this. That's what it should be looked at instead. Excuses aren't there's just no way to, you know, look at excuses as a good thing. It's just not in life in general. Like no one I hate hearing people with excuses. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't want to hear excuses.
Like one of our old high school coaches said, if you say the word can't, we got to do 50 up downs. Like you can't say you can't do it when you never tried doing it.
Mindset, dude. It's all mindset, and it's like, oh my goodness, it almost just makes me mad. Like even thinking about it.
Yeah.
I would say I kind of used to make excuses.
Oh, everyone has.
Everyone has in life, and it's just like that's a unmotivated person.
Yeah.
I guess they're just not motivated. And guys, I'm not saying that if you see an unmotivated person and someone making excuses, I'm not saying to totally just throw them out. Like, and people with bad energy too, I'm not like I said earlier, I was like, oh, if they have bad energy, just totally like throw them out. I'm gonna take that back by saying that I'm gonna say that you should try to not bring them in, but change their mentality and try to get them to look at life and look at everything that they're doing that they don't look at as a positive thing. Try to change that mentality in general for them. Help them out. I mean, you don't want someone to go through life and just be like negative the whole time. You want to try to lift them up. That's just like, I think for people that are trying to be leaders and try to be influencers and motivators, that's like something that you have to do. That's the number one goal of it should be for anyone like that. Just they're just positive. Is try to bring the people that aren't positive, that are negative, with you. That's something that you should do. And like, is these people that aren't motivated, they all like they motivate me for two reasons. There's a reason why they motivate me. Number one is because I don't want to be like that. So I'm gonna say people that aren't motivated to go to the gym, I'm going to work harder. And then number two, what that leads into is that if they see me working harder, maybe that'll bring them along. I think like that's a goal of mine, is that I just want to bring people along. And I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, how do I get stronger? What should I eat? And like the eating question, you should not ask me that, because I'm just not.
And also, like, an eating thing could be like, it could be different for everyone. Has a different body, different. So like, you have to figure out what works for you. Not saying like he can't help you and push you in the right direction and give you maybe some examples or some ideas of what to eat, but like he can't be like, yeah, eat this and this and this, and you'll see this and this results. He can help you though, push for that and recommend you some stuff that may help, but as long as like he, I don't even know what I was gonna say, but yeah.
As long as I'm like, as long as you're kind of open minded to what's being told to you, if someone's trying to help you, then you're okay. Like, it's just, if you're being told this and that, maybe, I'm not a nutritionist, but maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm not you, but I'm gonna try my best to help you.
Right.
I'm not saying that I'm an expert in everything, but I'm gonna try my best to help you get stronger, to help you get to that, that body you want to be to. And that, that the mindset too. It's like I've been saying the whole time, is mindset, because I honestly believe mindset is the most important factor if you want to achieve these things. I'm gonna keep saying that, this whole time. It's mindset is huge. You have to have a positive mindset. So, and with that being said, the people with negative mindsets, and even myself before, I failed before. I've failed at lifts. I failed at being at the body weight I wanted to be at. I failed in school before. I've failed in everything in life, I guess you could say. But failing is okay. It's an okay thing to do, because I think ultimately failing does push you to get where you need to be.
It just depends what you do after you fail. You fail and say, "Oh, I can't do it since I failed already," or you just like, "Okay, next time I'm gonna get it. I'm definitely gonna get it next time." Like if you fail a lift, you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm never gonna be able to get this weight," or are you gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna get this next time for sure. Might even get it for 2 or 3 reps."
That's perfectly said. And like if you fail and then you don't try to fix it, that's just bad. That's bad energy. Like, and having that bad energy, it just brings people around you down too. It's just, you're depleting my good energy that I have and the people around you. So just just keep good energy. Failing is okay, and just keep going. Like, keep pushing. There's nothing wrong with failing. It's just like Brandon put it perfectly. It's just what you do after that.
Yep.
I think that's perfectly said. Like the way you said that was just perfect. That's like a good quote. Like, failing is okay, but it just depends on what you do after.
Yeah, what you do after it.
I like that.
Either you're gonna keep quitting or keep thinking you're gonna fail, or you're gonna be like, yeah, screw that. I don't want to fail again. I'm gonna do this next time.
For sure. Honestly, man, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover for the podcast. You got anything else you want to say?
I got a one bite.
Oh yeah, you do. Guys, before we go, We're bringing back the old days. Brandon Hayes is here to attempt the world record chicken wrap 1 bite challenge.
This ain't small either.
That's not small at all. So guys, we're gonna keep good energy around here, and we're gonna say, Brandon, go, Brandon. You could do it. You can do it, Brandon. Let's see this.
Give me a countdown.
All right, guys. For Brandon's world record attempt for Brandon's chicken wrap 1 bite challenge, and we're gonna start this challenge in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I think. Does he have it? No way. Wow. I think we're gonna wait for Brandon to chew this. We're gonna wait for Brandon to chew this chicken wrap up. But while he's doing that, I just want to say thank you guys for watching the podcast. I don't think are we good we good? Do you have anything else to talk about? Okay. So I think we're going to wait for Brandon to finish eating this because I want him to close this out with me. But last week, thank you guys for watching the last podcast again. Thank you guys for everyone that watched this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any recommendations, go ahead and drop it down below in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This stream will be posted later on my channel. I think, are you posting on your channel or no? Just the live stream, right? Mm-hmm. So this will be posted on it. Please share it with other people. I think if you share it with somebody, maybe it'll help them out in something. So
finished.
Then,
hey, maybe one day we can do like an eating challenge on this podcast or something.
Dude, we should definitely do that because I would definitely win.
No.
Yes, I would.
No.
Dude, if you put 20 wings in front of me, I'm finishing them before you.
No. Maybe wings, but...
What are you talking about then?
We can do like 5 burgers. I'll finish 5 burgers before you.
Dude, you might. I can't do that right now, dude. I gotta lose weight for the meet.
Well, we can do it after the meet. Like...
True.
One of those months after the meet.
True.
Hey, if y'all want to see us do an eating challenge, let us know what kind of food we should do.
Yes, dude. Let us know. Tell us what we should do and when we should. No, I'm not saying when we should do it because we're doing it after meet. I need to lose some weight, but tell us what food we should do so I can beat him in the challenge.
So I can destroy him.
No, I'm definitely gonna
make his ego go down or something.
Dude, you're gonna make my energy go down. Why are you trying to push me down, dude? That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bring me up. I guess if I'm going against you, you should. No, dude, I'm definitely gonna beat you.
No shot. No shot.
All right. Well, I think.
You see how fast I just ate that?
I don't care. I would eat it quicker. I have that kind of ego where I'm gonna try to be better than you.
All right. I guess y'all have to stay tuned and find out.
Stay tuned to watch me beat Brandon in an eating contest.
Not a chance.
All right. So. We good? I think we're good to close out this podcast.
Yep. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like you said, subscribe up, comment what we should eat, and comment some topics.
Dude, we forgot about our tradition. We got to rap about what we talked about today. All right, who wants to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move this closer because I'm touching the mic, so I'm gonna bring it closer to me. Okay. Okay, we're good. Yeah. We touched on a lot of good topics. Ego, energy, excuses, that's it. Yeah. None of them are good. And some of them are bad. Yeah, but I guess that's what I'm saying is you shouldn't be sad. Passion. It's a really good thing. You should keep going. You gotta fight in that ring, the movie theater. You gotta be that light shining. You gotta be so bright. Why do you get out of bed? Gotta get better, not bad. Instead, good or bad, distractions, good stuff. That's what's happening. Yeah, failing's okay. But if you fail, you gotta fix it because that's really energy. You gotta keep that real good. Keep it real good, just like you should. Brandon with the 1 bite, got that chicken wrap. It was a fight, but he shoved it in his mouth. It was so big. Pause.
Hold the applause. about to lift heavy weights.
Yeah.
Because our ego is high.
Yeah. It's high like the sky.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We're done.
All right, guys. We're done. Thank you for watching the podcast again. Stay tuned for the next episode next week, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir, skis.